Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida's offense will have the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
The Gators headed quickly to the line. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success.
They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollack.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Going with the ground game left. Keeps the legs moving. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Little touch pass to the receiver. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. bounced off his feet.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tigers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Gators sending the offense back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dick. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Still on his feet at the 45. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Open space at the 25. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Army has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there on the hallowed grounds of West Point. They're up by 8 over UTSA. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. At the 35, he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Out of the gun to give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch.
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that pass intercepted. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Here comes the option. At the 40, there he goes. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but
oh, look out, there he goes! And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Baxter. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Still on his feet at the 35. Can anyone catch him? The 20. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
He'll try to pop the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all day long.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They're trying to seal the edge off right tackle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air, it's Lagway. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. They'll leave it with him. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Riley. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
He'll just keep slinging it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. White going to attack through the air. He'll throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defense.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Army has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since they parachuted the ball into Michie Stadium, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just one over UTSA. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. The Gators moving quickly to the line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use.
He wants to go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
After misfiring, it's second down. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Shoots it to the left. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to find his man on first down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gators! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Auburn lines up quickly. White wants to throw it. Intercepted. Puts him in the spinner and moves on. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Up-tempo for the offense. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Throws for the tight end. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
He wouldn't have been the only David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback, I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He'll pull it on the read. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense to understand this. And that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Ripping through the defense.
This is Johnny on the spot. Now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been... at the right time making plays.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that...
Looking to take a shot. Oh, picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Still running at the 40. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Tigers. He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the 2nd level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
At the 24-yard line. Now,
and the Gators will punt it away on fourth down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First run of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. White going to attack through the air. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field, too.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And the comeback is on. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. And now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here to steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
The play action fake. Unloads it left. He's got him wide open. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Using his legs, it's Baxter. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Here we go. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Tackle is made after the first down.
You think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the first down.
Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter. And how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UCF has just had no answer to the beatdown they're taking today. I mean, when's the last time this happened to this program? They're trailing by 18 to TCU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
White wants to throw it. And the quarterback is snowed under. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Pressure coming. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them.
Throws for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Cricket. Off the play fake. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Going for it all. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. 1st down here for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Kane.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. White going to attack through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
He's got it. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Falls incomplete. Think perfectly, except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Touchdown, Tigers! And here they come, almost all the way back.
It's not over yet. There's still a little bit of time on the clock. Obviously, that score gives you a chance, but man, oh man, do you need some miracles to happen some way to get this football back and do some damage with it.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's the handoff. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Might as well stick with him. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to run for it. Finds a crease at the 20. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
That is add the insult to injury. Running the football late. Could have taken a knee. Could have ran the clock out. But those stats count. Those stats matter. In this handshake with the coaches, it might get a little more interesting.